The Moonlight Oracle. In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun dipped into the horizon and painted the sky with hues of crimson and gold, there lived a young woman named Akua. She was a member of the Akan tribe, known for their rich cultural heritage and deep spiritual connection to the land. Akua was different from the other women in her village. She possessed a special gift, the ability to communicate with the spirits of the land. Akua's village, Kokofu, was nestled between two great rivers, the Pra and the Biram. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, relying on the rivers for their livelihood. However, a severe drought had struck the land, and the crops were withering. The villagers were worried, and their chief, Nana Afua, called upon Akua to seek the guidance of the spirits. One moonlit night, Akua ventured into the forest, carrying a small calabash of sacred water and a handful of kola nuts. She walked along the winding path, the moon casting eerie shadows on the trees. As she reached the sacred grove, she lit a fire and began to chant, calling upon the spirits to guide her. The spirits answered her call, and Akua fell into a trance. She saw visions of a great serpent, symbolizing the drought, and a wise old tortoise, representing wisdom and resilience. The spirits spoke to her in riddles, telling her that the drought was a result of the villagers' neglect of their ancestral traditions and their disrespect for the land. Akua returned to the village, bearing the message from the spirits. Nana Afua called a gathering, and Akua shared the vision with the villagers. They listened intently, and many were moved to tears. The villagers realized their mistakes and vowed to return to their traditional ways. However, not everyone was convinced. A group of young men, led by a charismatic leader named Kofi, were skeptical of Akua's visions. They believed that the drought was a natural phenomenon and that the villagers should focus on modern farming techniques to overcome it. Kofi and his followers began to mock Akua, calling her a charlatan and a witch. Akua, heartbroken and frustrated, retreated to her hut. She felt like abandoning her gift and joining the skeptics. But the spirits visited her in her dreams, reminding her of her sacred duty to guide her people. They told her that the path ahead would be difficult, but with faith and perseverance, the villagers would learn to respect the land and their traditions. As the days passed, the drought worsened. Crops withered, and animals struggled to find water. The villagers grew desperate, and tensions rose. Kofi and his followers continued to challenge Akua, but she remained steadfast.